What did P Diddy do? We unravel the events surrounding the rapper's arrest. For decades, Sean P. Diddy Combs has been a fixture of American pop culture, a man whose influence has touched almost every corner of entertainment, from music to fashion and beyond. Known for his signature swagger, chart-topping records, and a billion-dollar empire, Diddy embodied success, fame, and luxury. However, behind the glitz and glamour lies a darker, more troubling story that has recently come to light. The question on everyone's mind, what did P. Diddy do, has taken a much more sinister turn as allegations of sexual abuse, sex trafficking, and physical violence have emerged, threatening to dismantle his empire. The tale of P. Diddy is one that now straddles both inspiration and scandal. While his journey from Harlem to the pinnacle of global fame is a testament to hustle and ambition, recent lawsuits and federal charges paint the disturbing picture of a man now accused of using that same power to exploit and abuse. This isn't just the fall of a mogul, it's a reckoning that reveals the dark underbelly of celebrity culture and unchecked power. As the legal battles mount, the true cost of Diddy's rise to fame is finally coming into question. With over $600 million in net worth, Combs once seemed untouchable, but the allegations now flooding in suggest years of predatory behavior, orchestrated and concealed through a mix of influence, wealth, and fear. To fully understand what P. Diddy did, we must delve into the serious claims that have surfaced, not just from former partners but also from individuals within his inner circle. These accusations span decades and include some of the most heinous acts imaginable: sexual coercion, physical violence, and the systematic manipulation of vulnerable people. So, what exactly happened behind the scenes of Diddy's success? The story, as it unfolds, is far more than a cautionary tale about fame. It's a grim reminder of the way power, when abused, can harm those around it in silence for far too long. Before reading on, please note that this report discusses allegations of sexual abuse, rape, coercion, and physical violence. Readers who may find this triggering are advised to proceed with caution. What did P. Diddy do? A brief overview of Sean Combs' legacy and wealth. Before addressing the more recent allegations, it's important to understand the magnitude of Sean Combs' influence. Born in Harlem, New York, Combs worked his way up in the music industry, founding Bad Boy Records in the early 1990s. This label would go on to shape the sound of hip-hop, signing iconic artists such as the Notorious B.I.G., Maze, and 112. Beyond music, Diddy also expanded his empire into fashion with his Sean John clothing line, which won the CFDA Award for Menswear Designer of the Year in 2004. His business ventures extended to alcohol partnerships with Ciroc Vodka and De Leon Tequila, helping him to amass an estimated net worth of $600 million as of 2024 and making him one of the wealthiest entertainers in the world. Diddy's legendary white parties, luxurious lifestyle, and high-profile collaborations helped solidify his image as a cultural tastemaker. However, in light of the disturbing allegations against him, Combs' wealth and power, which were once seen as aspirational, are now being scrutinized. Cassie's lawsuit, the catalyst for Diddy's legal troubles. The first major blow to Sean Combs' public image came in November 2023 when Cassandra Ventura, professionally known as Cassie, filed a federal lawsuit accusing Diddy of sexual abuse, coercion, and physical violence. The lawsuit alleged that Diddy was not only physically violent but also sexually abusive throughout their relationship, which began when she was 19 years old and he was 37. Cassie claimed that Diddy controlled every aspect of her life, from her career to her medical records, frequently abusing her both emotionally and physically. Among the most shocking claims was that Diddy forced Cassie into participating in freak-offs, unhinged parties where she was allegedly made to have intercourse with male sex workers while he watched and recorded, among other things. According to her lawsuit, this pattern of abuse escalated over the years, with one of the most distressing incidents occurring in 2018 when Diddy allegedly raped her at her apartment following a dinner. Cassie said she repeatedly told him no and tried to push him away, to no avail as he forced himself on her. Cassie also cited several witnesses to the abuse. One such witness was her friend, Singer-songwriter Tiffany Red, who corroborated stories of Diddy's coercive control, including an incident where he allegedly forced Cassie to leave her own birthday party because he wanted her to engage in sexual activities with other men. Although Diddy settled the lawsuit within a day, the allegations have left a lasting mark. While a settlement is not an admission of guilt, the sheer weight of the accusations have caused a ripple effect, with more accusers now coming forward to tell their stories. As the case continues to gain traction today, the media and public have repeatedly asked, what did P Diddy do? Adding yet another sinister layer to these allegations, Cassie has also accused Diddy of threatening to blow up rapper Kid Cudi's car after discovering that she had dated him. Kid Cudi later confirmed that his car did indeed explode under mysterious circumstances, giving weight to the allegations. Sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Cassie's civil suit shone the initial spotlight onto Diddy. However, the situation escalated dramatically when federal authorities indicted him on criminal charges in September 2024. These charges include sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation of individuals for the purposes of prostitution. The indictment suggests that Diddy was running an organized criminal operation, which prosecutors have referred to as the Combs Enterprise. According to the indictment, Diddy's employees played a significant role in facilitating these alleged crimes. His team is said to have coordinated the logistics of flying in women and sex workers for drug-fueled sex parties, referred to as freak-offs. These parties allegedly spanned multiple days, with heavy narcotics used to ensure the compliance of the participants. His staff would organize everything, from booking hotel rooms to providing fluids to help participants recover from the physical toll of the encounters. This systematic approach to exploitation forms the backbone of the racketeering charge, suggesting that Diddy's actions were not isolated incidents, but part of a larger, premeditated criminal network designed to facilitate his abusive behavior. A term often associated with organized crime, racketeering suggests that Diddy's actions were systematic, involving not just the exploitation of vulnerable individuals, but also efforts to protect his enterprise through intimidation, bribery, and cover-ups. His employees allegedly worked behind the scenes to ensure that Diddy's freak-offs went off without a hitch. This shocking turn of events has prompted widespread questioning. How and what did P Diddy do to build such an insidious network of control and alleged exploitation? More accusers step forward. Since Cassie's lawsuit and Diddy's indictment, numerous others have come forward with their own accusations. As of late 2024, more than 10 additional lawsuits have been filed against Combs, with claims ranging from sexual harassment to non-consensual pornography, sexual assault, and physical violence. These lawsuits cover incidents stretching back to the 1990s, with both men and women alleging that Diddy has grossly abused his power and influence. Among the more notable claims is Joy Dickerson-Neal's allegation that Diddy drugged and assaulted her in 1991, adding that he also recorded the incident without her consent. Another lawsuit, which comes from music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, alleges that he was harassed and drugged while working for Diddy in 2023. The consistent thread in many of these cases is the claim that Diddy used his power and connections to intimidate, silence, and manipulate those around him. Many accusers stated they feared speaking out earlier due to Diddy's wealth and influence within the industry. The emerging lawsuits have left many wondering, what else did P Diddy do during his rise to power, and how has this alleged behavior remained concealed for so long? The role of drugs and coercion. A significant part of the allegations revolves around the use of drugs to control and manipulate victims. According to both civil lawsuits and criminal charges, Diddy provided drugs like cocaine, methamphetamine, and oxycodone during his notorious freak-offs to ensure that participants were compliant. The drugs impaired the victim's ability to resist or refuse participation, making them more vulnerable to Diddy's demands. Cassie's lawsuit, as well as federal indictments, claim that after these multi-day events, fluids were distributed to help participants recover from the physical exertion and the effects of prolonged drug use. The systemic use of drugs adds a layer of premeditation to the allegations, suggesting that Diddy not only exploited his victims sexually, but also sought to chemically impair them, making it nearly impossible for them to consent freely to the acts they were then coerced into. Physical abuse and bribery allegations. While the sexual misconduct and trafficking charges have taken center stage, Diddy's alleged history of physical abuse cannot be overlooked. Prosecutors have pointed to incidents of violence going back as far as 2009. One particularly notorious event took place in 2016 when security footage from a Los Angeles hotel allegedly showed Diddy dragging Cassie through the hallways and throwing a vase at her. This incident reportedly led to Cassie being hospitalized, and Diddy allegedly attempted to bribe hotel staff to erase the footage. Diddy's lawyers have denied these claims, calling them exaggerated or fabricated. However, as more women have come forward with similar stories of violence, the picture that emerges is one of repeated, unchecked abuse, often covered up by Diddy's wealth and power. In May 2024, CNN released security footage showing Diddy physically assaulting Cassie, thus corroborating aspects of her lawsuit. Diddy later issued a public apology, acknowledging that his behavior in the video was inexcusable. This video further swayed public opinion, leading to more people distancing themselves from the rapper. Former employees and associates also began coming forward with stories of violent outbursts and abusive behavior. Public and industry reaction. As the allegations against Diddy continue to mount in present day, the entertainment industry has been forced to grapple with the fallout. For decades, Diddy was seen as a cultural icon, shaping the sound of hip-hop and influencing fashion and lifestyle trends. His business ventures, including his partnerships with Ciroc Vodka and De Leon Tequila, helped solidify his reputation as one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the entertainment world. However, in light of the allegations, brands and collaborators are now distancing themselves from Diddy. Several of his business partnerships have been quietly paused, and many of his former associates in the music industry, including artists like Usher and Justin Bieber, have come under scrutiny due to their former close associations with him. The accusations have sparked a wider conversation about the entertainment industry's complicity in enabling powerful figures to engage in abusive behavior. Comparisons to other high-profile cases. Diddy's legal troubles bear similarities to other high-profile cases of powerful men facing allegations of sexual abuse and coercion. Another major figure in the music industry, R. Kelly, was recently convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking, for which he is now serving a 30-year prison sentence. Like Kelly, Diddy has been accused of using his influence and power to manipulate vulnerable individuals into silence. The Harvey Weinstein scandal is another point of comparison, highlighting how industry titans can use their wealth to evade accountability for years until a tipping point is reached, when victims are finally empowered to speak out. These comparisons are significant because they suggest that Diddy's case could mark a turning point, not just for him but for the music industry at large. As with R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein, Diddy's downfall could spark further revelations, encouraging more victims of abuse in the entertainment world to come forward. Conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center. The situation intensified in September 2024 when Combs was arrested at a Manhattan hotel after federal raids were conducted on his Miami and Los Angeles properties. While Combs has denied all allegations, claiming innocence, the weight of the charges has kept him behind bars, with 2 judges denying requests for house arrest. He remains in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, awaiting trial. Several high-profile lawsuits have also added to the media scrutiny, including a civil suit from April Ambrose, who accused Combs of sexual assault multiple times during the 1990s. Another lawsuit from an anonymous woman identified as Jane Doe describes a pattern of abuse over 4 years, where she alleges that she had been drugged and assaulted. As more accusers come forward, Diddy's legal battles continue to grow in scope, adding complexity to the ongoing investigation. While awaiting trial, Combs is being held at the notorious MDC in Brooklyn, a facility known for its grim conditions. The MDC has housed other high-profile inmates such as R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell, and has a reputation for being overcrowded, violent, and plagued by inadequate health care. Diddy's life behind bars is starkly different from the luxury he once enjoyed. His daily routine includes a 6 a.m. wake-up call, the task of cleaning of his own cell, and only 3 showers a week. Meals are basic, with options like Swedish meatballs and black bean burgers on the menu. Combs' legal team has expressed concerns about the unsanitary and violent environment within the MDC, referencing frequent stabbings and poor conditions. One recent incident saw an inmate stabbed to death while awaiting trial on gun charges, further highlighting the dangers within the facility. The conditions have raised questions about whether they are suitable for someone awaiting trial, but Combs remains in custody as his lawyers prepare for his defense. What's next for Sean Combs? The stakes cannot be higher as Diddy prepares to face his legal battles. The federal charges carry the potential for life imprisonment if he is convicted. His legal team is fighting vigorously, framing the accusations as consensual relationships gone awry or opportunistic lawsuits aimed at extorting money from a wealthy celebrity. However, the scope and scale of the allegations against Diddy suggest that this is more than just a legal battle, it's a cultural reckoning. His once glorious legacy is now under a cloud of scandal, and the outcome of these trials could determine whether he will spend the rest of his life in prison or navigate his way out of the quagmire. The question, what did P Diddy do, is far from being conclusively answered, as the case against him is still unfolding in court. While the multitude of allegations against him are serious, it is essential to note that Diddy has denied all claims of wrongdoing and has stated his intention to fight the charges in court. As legal proceedings continue, the world will be watching to see how the case evolves and whether justice will be served for those who have come forward. Until then, the accusations and lawsuits continue to cast a shadow over the once celebrated career of Sean P. Diddy Combs, leaving both his legacy and future uncertain.